Right, Billy the Kid, Loughnane. How are you, young man?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Billy, what a start to your career you've had so far. I mean, you've made a massive impact in such a short time. How do you feel about it all?
Yeah, it's amazing, really. Look, it's going great. I didn't expect it to happen the way it has, and it's just kind of taken off, really. So
Well, it has been unbelievable. I have to say, his nickname's Go, Billy the Kid. It's pretty cool, isn't it?
yeah, it's not too bad.
Well, I remember when Jamie Spencer first started, he was only your age, and when he moved to the UK, he was nicknamed the Babyface Assassin. And Walter Swinburne was the choir boy. So now we've got Billy the Kid. If you have a career anywhere like them two, you'd be happy with that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it'd be amazing if it went any sort of way like them too. Yeah, it'd be great.
So look, tell us a bit about yourself. You're only 16 at the minute. At what point did you decide a jockey's life is for me?
Ever since I could talk, really, I always said I wanted to be a jockey. Obviously, Dad's a racehorse trainer, so I was always around horses and I had sort of ponies growing up, Shetland ponies, and then when we moved to England, I started a bit of show jumping. So I did show jumping for a couple of years with my school, and then I switched to pony racing there, and that was probably the when I started doing that main the bug. I already had the bug, but I caught it even more then.
So you were kind of you were bred into racing. Your dad, Mark, so he started training in Ireland, and then you moved when you were very young, did you?
Yeah, so Dad started training in Ireland, and I was born in Ireland, and then I think when I was about 5 or 6, we moved to England in Stoke and started training there. And then I was always wanted to be a jockey. So
You always that well. So you left Ireland young enough, so you haven't got a silly accent like that Fran Berry or Kevin O'Ryan. You don't talk like them, do you?
no, I haven't. I lost my Irish accent quite soon, but yeah, I've got a bit of an English one. So
So just give us an idea. So what point? So this time last year, what would you have been doing? Your GCSEs, I guess.
yeah, so I was pony racing this stage last year, and then in school I was working towards my GCSEs. So my brother's a year below me now, and he's sort of doing his mocks for his GCSEs. So I'd have been doing the same sort of thing now.
So he's stressed out, is he?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
So you did you do well academically, or were you just concentrating on riding horses? That's all you ever wanted to do?
Yeah, well, I passed all my GCSEs.
Yeah.
I said before, yeah, it's all right. My mum helped me a lot trying to pass them. She's very clever, so we did a lot of work in the evenings when I got back from school and that, trying to revise and stuff like that. But I always wanted to be a jockey, and I tried trying to Skype school as much as possible, sort of thing, to ride out in the mornings. I think I had quite a few dentist appointments, so.
So was mum the sensible one who said you needed to make sure you passed your GCSEs and dad just wanted you out in the yard?
Yeah, pretty much. Mum, when I was younger, tried to send me down the vet route. She wanted me to be a vet, so she was always trying to kind of persuade me out of being a jockey. But I kind of showed her that it was what I wanted to do, and she's 100% with it now. So
So what first attracted you to being a jockey? What obviously watch your dad's runners when you were younger and you just fancied the lifestyle?
yeah, just everything about it really. I know it's long days and it's hard, but riding winners, I suppose, is the main thing. And then when I had my first pony racing winner, then it was just definitely what I wanted to do. So.
So you had a couple of years on the pony racing circuit and did really well.
Yeah, so I was pony racing for Richard and Dawn Prince, Philip's mum and dad. They gave me ponies for the last couple of years, and they were good ponies to practice and learn on. And then at the races, then try and show what I could do a bit. Roddy Green, my jockey coach, I've been working with him since I've been 12, I think. So for the last 4 years, we've been working together, trying to improve and get better with it. So
It's clearly a good grounding, isn't it, for any aspiring jockey to gain experience in the pony world, pony racing. I think Tom and Holly did it. Lots of good jockeys have done it. I think we've caught up in this country because the Irish did it for many years, and I think we've caught up in that aspect. I think it's a great grounding, isn't it?
yeah, it's amazing, and it has caught up a lot. And other than the stick, it's pretty much the exact same. So just riding, being able to ride some of the tracks. I had a winner at Goodwood and York this year, and I rode at Ascot and places like that. So it's a massive privilege to be riding at them before even getting a license. Like, it's amazing.
Just to ride on the tracks is a massive,
Yeah,
isn't it? I mean, I
yeah,
remember walking the tracks when I was your age, thinking, "Oh my God, where am I? What is this place?" But what a fantastic start! So you had your first winner only in October, didn't you? On, was it Starfighter for your dad?
yeah. That was my first ride. So
First
I
ride,
finished pony riding on the Saturday, and I had my first ride on the Monday
really, in October,
in
literally.
October. Yeah, and
It's,
then I think I had my first winner on the end in the end of November.
and
Um,
it's just been a whirlwind of success, isn't it?
yeah, it's just rocketed really. It's taken off. We didn't expect it when we first started. We said if we can try and get 8 or 10 winners over the all weather, we'd be going well, sort of thing. And it's rocketed.
And what do your friends your age, what do they make of it all?
uh, I'm not too sure. I get messages saying well done and that often, but I don't think they're not really into racing that much, so they don't really see it. But they know I'm doing quite well. I think they saw the interview on ITV the other day, and I had a load of messages, and some of the teachers and that from school were messaging me as well, saying well done. So
Does it feel a bit surreal to you? Because like you say, you're being on ITV and you're doing interviews, you're going around the country riding winners and you're in the limelight. Does it seem a bit surreal to you? Is it sunk in? Are you
yeah, it's crazy. I didn't expect it at all. Look, it's just as I said, it's taken off, and I don't know what to do. It's hard work, but and like doing the interviews and that, and I'm not a great fan of them, to be honest. But I hate watching them back. But no, look, it's got to be done. It's a good way to try and propel myself a little bit. So.
Well, if you're telling me you don't like them, you're doing really well because you seem to be adapting really well. You're like a fish to water. See you on the TV being interviewed, I turn it on. So I guess you know, being a young man like you are, you're a bit more in touch with kind of social media and that side of things. You find that a little bit easier because us older jockeys, dinosaurs, we're trying to get to grips with it all. But you know, you must have a handle on it.
Yeah, I try and put up a bit about my winners and that, and a bit of success on it. So just try and it's a good way to try and boost yourself. And lots of trainers are on it as well, and they see little bits and owners and stuff. So it's just a good way to try and boost yourself a little bit. So.
And who are the jockeys you've been kind of looking up to? Who do you like? Who you're trying to ride like?
Tom Marquand is my idol, really. I try and be as much like him, but I'm a bit taller than him, so I kind of modeled my riding style a little bit more if I can off James Doyle, really. He's a bit more my size and a bit longer limbed, and he's really tidy and everything.
So do you have to work on that aspect of your riding with your jockey coach?
Yeah, when we were younger, I was a lot smaller when I was younger, and I kind of grew quite a lot in the last sort of year or so. So we've had to try and adapt it a little bit for a style that kind of suits me, but still effective and powerful at the same sort of time, which is hard, but it's what I've got to do. I've got no sort of choice in it. So.
Oh, you're doing a good job so far. There are many jockeys that are a lot taller than you. Richard Hughes.
Yeah, yeah, and they all look tidy, so there's no reason why I can't.
And the most important question, are you enjoying it at the minute? Are you enjoying the success you're having?
Yeah, I love every minute of it, There's no better feeling than passing the line in front, so.
So you've definitely got the bug, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So Billy, I think the first time I noticed you riding and I thought to myself, do you know what? I think this kid has got something, was probably you're riding a horse called Haku for your father.
Kempton, was it? Yeah.
Now I watched that and I thought to myself, because he doesn't look easy. I guess you know him from home, but he looks like he can get lit up and be quite keen. I remember it being a small field, and I just watched it, and I remember you jumped well. You ended up in front, and you didn't want to be there, but
No.
it looked like you didn't panic, and you waited, and it looked like, tell me if I'm wrong, you were assessing the situation, and you decided, I'll go to the front, stay there. If nothing comes past me, if something gives me a lead, then great. And I just thought to myself, do you know what? This is a jockey who looks like he can change his mind during races. Now, there are a lot of young jockeys. It takes them a long time to realize that they have to use their own initiative during races. and adapt to what's happening. And there are many jockeys that ride the whole career who never do it. But you seem to have picked that up very quickly. And that's the one occasion where I was quite impressed with how you were thinking about a race unfolding. Would that be true to say?
Yeah, we didn't really want to be in front. Looking at it on paper beforehand, we couldn't see much that really go forward, and we knew we'd kind of stay the trip well. So I said to Dad in the paddock, look, we'd like to take a lead with him, but I don't think much is going to go. And obviously, knowing him from home, I kind of have a bit of a head start. It's a bit easier, but he just jumped well, and I didn't want to be there. But if nothing was going to take me on, I was just going to set my own fraction sort of thing. But luckily, something came around him, and he relaxed a bit then. So.
And then I think they set very steady fractions, but you were in a good position, and he actually settled, didn't he?
Yeah, once he got a bit of cover, he kind of relaxed a bit, which is the key to him. He probably ran a bit free in front, but he relaxed good, and he quickened up nicely when push came to shove. So.
And then they injected pace on the back straight. I think you went with the leaders.
Yeah, just followed them around.
No, it was the horse won well, but I thought it was a really intelligent ride for a lad with the experience you've had. So I was really impressed with that, Billy. And you have to learn through your career. You know, these trainers and these owners, they give you instructions. You have to listen, but sometimes you have to make your own mind up. So sometimes you have to forget about what your dad's saying.
I think it's probably a little bit easier for me as starting off as a 7. Obviously, knowing it's Dad, it's probably a bit easier for me than kind of working for a boss that wasn't related to me, sort of thing. I kind of know Dad always knows I'm trying to do my best for whatever happens, sort of thing. So it's probably a little bit easier for me to adapt than it is some other people. But look, it worked out well. So
that's true. Any arguments yet?
A couple probably. I have had a few telling offs after coming back in off a few rides, but look, we try and work together the best we can, and he knows I'm trying to do best by the horse and everything in the end.
So 25 winners so far from literally starting in October. I mean, it's quite incredible, really, how fast you've started.
Yeah, it's just taken off. Like I said, we were hoping for 8 or 10 over the all weather, and this year's it's just rocketed through the last couple of weeks. So.
And you've had a couple of trebles already. How did that feel?
Oh, it was amazing. The first time I got one, it was the best feeling ever crossing the line. I knew I had a few good chances going, but when the third one crosses the line in front, it was the best feeling.
And Billy, I mean, everybody's talking about you at the minute, which is great. But already there's been reports that other trainers are interested and want to acquire your services. I know you're going away for a bit. We'll talk about that in a minute. But coming into the spring and the start of the new season, do you think you'll be tempted away from your father's yard because you are apprentice to his yard? If a bigger trainer comes calling, I think there's already been a little bit of interest. Is that something you've discussed with your dad?
Yeah, I think Dad wants to kind of stay hold of my license. But he's told me that I can have 3 or 4 mornings off a week to go riding out in other yards when we get back into the spring and try and kind of boost my contact book a little bit more. So, but I think he wants to stay hold of my license, which is fair enough. He's put 16 years of work into me, so I can't really argue with him too much if that's what he wants to do, sort of thing.
So the plan is to stay attached to your dad's yard, but make yourself available and put yourself about with lots of other trainers.
Yeah, I think that's the plan. That's what Dad thinks, right? And my agent, Sass Wrighton, is pretty behind that as well. So I think that's what we'll do.
Sassy's your agent, is he?
Yeah, he's doing a great job for me, and I can't thank him enough, really.
I think he does Tom and Holly as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does Tom, Sean Levy, and a couple of the other lads as well. So look, it's great to be attached to him.
So have you been getting a bit of advice off those jockeys at the races, Sean and Tom and Holly and others?
Yeah, lots of them try and help me out, and if you do something wrong, they're there to help you and talk you through it. And there's loads of them. There's too many to name that have helped me along the way. So I'm grateful for all the help I can get.
You've been riding for lots of different trainers lately, haven't you? What's been your standout winner so far?
Probably, well, the third leg of the treble was probably my favourite one. To get a treble as a £7 claimer was amazing and something we never thought we'd do. And look, a lot of big a lot of big yards have put me up, and probably the one on Saturday for Mrs. Carr on ITV was probably one that was quite up there as well. That's probably the highest, biggest race I've ridden in so far. So, look, it was good.
And the one you've enjoyed the most?
Yeah, it was the one the one I probably enjoyed the most was my first one.
Right.
Because we were waiting.
How did that feel? Could you quite believe it?
No, it was just amazing. It was in the fog at Wolverhampton, and you couldn't really see anything to like come out half a furlong from the line. And look, it was great and just amazing to get my first one up.
Wait till you're riding winners at Royal Ascot, and you look back and you'll still enjoy the winners in the fog of Wolverhampton, but
fingers crossed. Anyway, we can try and get a couple of rides, and it'd be amazing if we could sneak a winner as well at some stage.
So you've gone through. You're now claiming £5. You've ridden 25 winners, so you lost your 7 very quickly. So I'm guessing you're due to fly off to Florida, aren't you, pretty soon?
Yeah.
Is that the decision? Is that what's motivated this decision to save your career?
Yeah. My dad, Sash Wrighton, and Roddy Green, my jockey coach, read a Zoom meeting, and we all kind of decided it was probably the best thing to do, just to try and protect my claim a little bit and for the grass, and hopefully try and give myself a good chance at the apprentice title. So that's the main goal, and we're going to go out to Florida to David Mia. He's a good friend of my dad's, and he's got a couple of a good few horses out there that we can ride and track work and try and boost my education a bit more with the whole racing sort of thing. So,
well, that makes a lot of sense. It sounds like a good plan. Are you looking forward to going to Florida?
Yeah, as much as I'm loving riding winners here, and I'd probably prefer to stay and ride, just keep riding winners. But it's look, it's probably the best thing for me to do, and I'm looking forward to it, and it'll be a great experience, one you can't really turn down.
And will you be riding lots of track work? Obviously, will you be race riding there as well if you get the opportunity?
No, I think I just stick to track work for the month that I'm out there, and just try and hang on to the claim as much as possible. So.
Okay, so just enjoy it and try and learn what you can. Come back with your £5 claim intact.
Yeah, I'm refreshed and ready to go for the summer. So.
And go again.
It
sounds like a really good plan. You got people around you, obviously advising you really well. So you're there for a month.
Yeah, I fly out the first week of February, and I come back in the last week, so just short of a month.
Okay. Well, you'll have a lot of fun. Florida's a great place to go. I went there when I was younger. Make sure you go to a rodeo. Don't get on any bulls or anything, but go watch.
I'll go and watch them and see someone get bucked off anyway.
So you'll be back in February. February, can't even say. You'll be back the end of February, rearing, fresh, ready to go for a new season ahead. So what are your ambitions, Billy?
Champion apprentice is the main goal I want to try and get this summer. I know it's going to be hard, but that's my main goal since I've started. So that's what the plan was.
So you're one of those people who likes to set goals and set out to achieve them then? Yeah.
So I was saying I want to be champion apprentice since I started pony racing. So I don't know if it's going to be possible this year, but look, we'll give it our best shot. And I know there's going to probably be stiff competition, but we'll try our best to get a few winners up.
Yeah, well, there's some really good young apprentices around, but the way you've started, Billy, and the way the support you've attracted from a lot of trainers, I think that's definitely achievable. And then later on into the future, what's your ambition? Would you like to win a derby? Like to be champion jockey one day? Is that?
Yeah, just keep riding winners. Obviously, if things will still go well, champion jockey, and to win some of the big classics would be amazing as well. But look, it's a long way off at the minute. I've only ridden 25 winners, so I've just got to kind of hope and look forward to it rather than thinking we're going to do it sort of thing.
I do love a quote your father came out with not so long ago. I think he said, what did he say? 11 weeks ago, everybody was saying, Billy, yeah, that's Mark's son. But now they're saying, Mark, oh yeah, that's Billy's dad. It's the opposite way around now. You're more famous than him.
I don't know about that. He loves his old quotes that he's done. He's done a couple of them, I think, and they just kind of take off a little bit. But no, look, it's great.
he's obviously very proud of you, and I'm sure all your family and your mum are. Is your dad have to chauffeur you around? Is he driving you?
Yeah, he's chauffeuring me around a little bit. Yeah, he hasn't got any runners at Newcastle today, and he's got to drive me up there in a minute. So I'm not sure if he's too happy about that. But
well, listen, Billy, I know you've got a busy schedule, so thank you very much for sparing the time. I'm sure we're going to see plenty more of you on Racing TV, especially in the winners enclosure, winning interviews. So we look forward to seeing you in the spring when you get back. We wish you all the best of luck. Hope you enjoy Florida. And will you come on the Friday Club again?
yeah, no problem. Well, I'd love to be if I was invited back anyway.
Well, you will be. Don't go and look on Sunday. You come on the Friday Club with us. That's
Right. Right. Okay. Thank you.
Well, Billy, listen, we wish you all the best of luck. Thanks for coming on, and we will see you very shortly.
Thank you. Cheers.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.